What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? It is the Amish. All right. Want to check my audio? Check my audio. My audio is actually coming through pretty good. So I think it's golden. First off, the show will begin on the 10-minute. So I think it's golden. The show will begin on the 10-minute mark. If you're watching this on a replay and want to come back and check it out, feel free to skip ahead to the 10-minute mark. And first, I want to say thank you to David Yates. I was not expecting David to share that. I really appreciate that, and I am super happy that you like that, David. I really am. Hey, one man and his detector says, "Hey, Amish, what's up? What's up?" So, I really appreciate that, David. I had to pull over, when I seen, I was like, I really hope he likes that. I hope he's not like, hey, take this off. So shout out to David Yates. Hey, Boris, how has everyone been? Pretty good. I apologize for not being on here that much. Is my audio coming through clear, by the way? Want to make sure I'm all 5 by 5. Okay, okay. So, all right, thank you. So I hope everyone liked the song. I have a couple more songs that I want to release and come out with. Um, I had a lot of fun. I really did. Uh, I've been trying to get back into the swing of doing some music and some things. I do still. I'm almost completely set up to get my camera and stuff and actually play some guitar and things live. Also, I might do a little bit of piano or something. But I want to just do almost like a full chat, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of music in there at the same time. Hey, Scribbles, what's up? What's up? How are you? So, real quick, actually, I might say I'm gonna save that for the 10-minute mark. So at the 10-minute mark is for anybody catching this on a replay. That'll be when we start. Oh yeah, it's good. It's really hard to be 100% all good in these particular types of times, I suppose. But we're as good as we can get, right? So, I know I made a few people upset, um, which, is like my trademark. Um, so I'm gonna address that on this stream. This isn't gonna be that long of a stream. Actually, hold on real quick. I'm getting a Wi-Fi. Hold on. I'm getting a Wi-Fi sign. I wanna make sure I'm clear. You guys aren't getting any buffering, right? Yeah, that's as good as it gets, unfortunately. I mean, that's the time period, it's nothing but nonsense after nonsense and psychological operation after psychological operation. That's kind of why I wanted to do a dark psychology type of my take on it. I'm not actually going to be going through any particular types of sciences on this one, but there's so much going on. I kind of just want to wheel everything in and get it like all straightened out for everybody that's having like a hard time understanding. Because I've been having a difficult time getting it through to people that just because we all are sound like we're all saying the same thing or saying parts of truth, it doesn't mean that we're all necessarily on the same page. And I mean, I've been seeing some stuff now that I never would have thought that I would actually see from the truth community and everything else. It's really, and I call it truth community, which is anybody who is actually doing research and speaking out against any type of event currently taking place in our world. Um, some of the logic that people have been using have just been all over the place, you know. We got this guy real quick, by the way. Show starts in 10. In maybe 4 more minutes or so, I'll get on it. This guy, Elon Musk, you got a guy talking about putting brain chips in people's heads. And he's also wants like freedom of speech at the same time. It's like, no, no, no. You're free to say what we tell you to say. It is. It is 100%. Scribble says, I recently got back into my art after 10 years. Life gave a little push in that direction. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta see if I can check some of you guys out. If you guys know my email address, right? It takes me a little bit sometimes to get back with everybody depending on what I have going on because I'll tell you real quick before we start. It's it's insane the amount of jobs that I'm picking up and I'm doing. I don't even get an hour to myself, and I'm burning it on both ends, and it's really, really hard. Um, even when I write songs, it's taking me a certain amount of time to. I write pretty quick. I've been doing it for for a while, but when the inspiration hits, the music actually writes itself, and it's really, really quick. And then the amount of time that it takes to actually lay things down and then walk away from it, come back to it when I have another half hour, 45 minutes free, and see if I can do some mixing, mastering, stuff like that. Hey, Chillster Deluxe, what up? What up? Yeah, when the creativity hits, you definitely have to ride that. You got to ride that out. 100%. So, in about one more minute, I wanna go over a couple things and get right into it. So at the 10-minute mark for anybody on the replay, that is where the show starts. And I just want to I want to see if I can clear up a couple things. Because I had a couple run-ins I want to talk about. Woman says, "You make very good material, Amish, top level, homemade productions, very professional sound." Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been working on it for years, and it's sad to see which direction the music has went. It's kind of like people wanted their music as low quality as possible, but they wanted their television and things as high quality as possible. Where big TVs and 158K, screens and stuff. Meanwhile, they're listening to the audio through MP3 quality stuff. So, all right, everybody. So this stream isn't going to be that long, but let me get into it real quick. I had a few. I had a few comments, and let me actually get into them. I'm not gonna bring up the comments. I'm not gonna bring up the comments. I'm just actually gonna just tell you about them because I don't know where they are, and I don't feel like looking for it. So a few people got upset because of what I did with this individual here, and Max Egan, the Crow House. A few people got upset also about archaics. So I got to put this out. There is a individual by the name of Cheryl here who's on the channel. She's normally pretty cool. She kind of got a really bad attitude, I guess. Um, Hurting feelings is kind of my forte. So there's that. I noticed that no matter how hard you try not to offend people, people get offended anyway. So I guess some of the comments were along the lines of, "How dare you, Amish, speak badly about archaics and Jason Breshers and good people? Just so you know, I'm going to tell him what you're doing." Okay, you know, Lone Prepper, what up? What up? Thank you for joining. um, I'm not concerned with whether or not somebody tells this guy that I don't like him at all. I have a significant feeling about this guy that I don't trust and I don't like what he does, right? So when someone comes in and they start speaking about things that I just do not like whatsoever, I'm going to speak out on it and give you the reasons as to why. He's up here wearing Star Wars shirts and all this other stuff. He served in jail for like 27 years, and she's talking about he's a good person. Just so everybody's clear, I don't have a record at all. Okay. I already understood at a young age that once you get a record, it's hard for you to get a job because everybody looks at your record and tells you that they can't hire you by discrimination. And then they expect you to do crime and then go back to jail again and then use you for slave labor. So that way you can work in the jail systems and stuff. Okay. So this guy thinks he can just bring up all of these, these Bibles and things. And I'm trying to tell you, dude, we've already done this type of stuff that he's doing. He's so confident with his work that he's literally just like, I'm going to show you something that you don't know. One man says, I don't even got to see it. Lone Prepper says, why, thank you to David Yates. Besides all the years of work he's put into his books, of which Amazon has deleted all of them. Yes, they have. Yeah, I mentioned David Yates earlier. I was not expecting him to share. I've been watching David for a number of years now, and it's always a pleasure to listen to him on his walk and talks and stuff. And it's always a pleasure. It really is. What's up? What up? Chalk Body Outline has been going in hard on Jason, exposing his fallacies and nonsense. Yeah, I got to check him out. I'm just upset a little bit. Now, I wanted to clarify it. Why people are like, hey, you need to stop talking about people, or we all need to get along. He's not a truther. Just because we all have similar content and I come in here doesn't mean that I'm aligned with him. It doesn't like Eric Dubay, for instance. Just because other people are saying that they know the shape of the earth, right? It doesn't mean that they are truthers. Like the same with David Yates, not David Yates, David Weiss. The issue with David Weiss is that he's literally saying he's only doing this for the money. Why you can't do that for the money? Why would you come in here and actually admit that to us? He says a whole bunch of nonsense, and he keeps opening up cans of things that he's not supposed to open up. Same as Archaics and all these other people. We used to go from arguing about the shape of the earth, okay, from a psychological point, to now people are wondering, hey, are molecules real? Are protons and electrons, thanks to Jeranism and the rest of those guys over there, globe busters. Now we're discussing crazy stuff now. crazy stuff. And people still have no idea about what real science actually is. So we went from that now to arguing about what? The, you know, ether? Anybody who still wants to discuss ether, go over to Nathan Oakley and Quantum Eraser, and they will explain the ether hole to you and the issues with ether. We don't need to replace space with ether. You know, some of the issues with these truthers, even as people like Russian Vids even exposes, the problem is that, like, just as an example, random example from David Weiss, he actually says something about there's no dome or something. First off, if you have a container and we have air pressure, there has to be containment. It's the antecedent. There has to be containment in order for pressure to build. How dare anybody say that there's not a containment here? There has to be containment in order for there to be pressure for something to press against. You can't have a balloon without the rubber around it, right? You can't have a tire with a hole in it stay pumped up and pressurized. It doesn't work. But as you see, that's where the shill behavior starts coming out and the nonsense. That's not something you would ever hear out of my mouth, ever. See what I'm saying? So whenever people say, "Oh, you're talking about this person or that person," I'm actually not. I'm telling you that they are literally saying very bad information is confusing tons of people who still cannot explain legit science. Yeah, yeah, one man. So many people are trying to make a buck out of out of the Bible. Hey, Jacqueline, I missed you as well. I hope you're well. How are you? One, two, beloved. Some are paid opposition to keep the masses distracted. 100%. And welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. What's up says, for real, it's like we entered the era of truthisms and truthers going wild. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's insane. It's insane. They go and say all this weird stuff and contradict themselves. You know, he's like, yeah, this world was intelligently designed. And they're like, oh, are you saying that you know, a creator designed it? Or, oh no, it could be a moron. I heard him say that. I watched that live. Have you guys actually seen him with Professor Dave? Professor Dave explains is the biggest troll of the truther type of community, and David Weiss gets on there and actually debates him and lets him walk all over him, 100% like nothing. He literally made all of us look stupid because he doesn't know what he's doing. You know. Oh, that's good, Jacqueline. You know, it's really hard to hey, awaken it. It's really hard to I was telling everybody earlier, it's really hard to with all the nonsense going on, you know, like all the fake psyops going on, you know, and I don't really care. I'm going to straight say it. I'm going to tell you guys what actually happened over there. You know, if any event actually happened over in Korea, it was mass cardiac arrest. There's no stampede with a whole bunch of people, like, you know, a massive how do you say it? Samhain, Samhain, Halloween crap, ritual, Wicker Man situation. When are people going to learn that right now is not the time to go out and deal with any of these celebration or holidays or any of this other stuff? When are they actually going to learn any of that stuff? 100% sacrifice. 100%. Just not by stampedes, by all of the stuff that they've decided to inoculate themselves with. Awakening says David Weiss, right? David Weiss is a douchebag. Jaron, Mark, Patrick, queer. You know, 100%. And you know what's weird? A lot of people have been on my case about about Jaron and them. And whenever I hear it, people are bringing up Santos. Have you guys seen that Santos Bonacci expose of him and that guy, that's with him. I forgot that guy's name, Daniel. Daniel. Yeah, yeah, Daniel's like, "Yeah, we got a special guest on today, and he's up there with Santos. It's, Mark Sargent." Oh, 100%. 100%. Here's the thing, they I don't know what the entire purpose is to what people have given themselves by their own free will, right? So I have no clue whether it's that, but it could be. It could be direct frequency. It could be, I mean, a whole bunch of things. Um, the whole 5-7 situation and all that. Hey, dreaming. What's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. How are you? I do not have a link, but I will post the link underneath this video. I don't care if yeah, Santos apparently he's coming on here. I've watched a couple of him live and he's cussing people out and he's wishing death on people in his chat. And he's just advertising everything over in the what is it? Astrotheology and stuff like that. And apparently Daniel's like not a vegan and stuff and all this stuff going on over there. And I'm like, this is what happens when you actually like apparently Daniel worked for the UN and he's listed on like literally in a business or whatever, directly working part of the UN. I don't care who it is. The only person that would ever be from the that I would ever work with if they were from the UN is if they're completely speaking out against the UN and they quit because of that and all that other stuff. Yeah, yeah. No, he's been like wishing like super death on people hard. He's like calling them a whole bunch of names and flipping out on anybody who says anything in his chat. The next thing he's like, okay, friends, so you need to, and he's hiding all of their work behind paywalls. So notice what I'm saying here. I'm on YouTube. I know that other people are getting more attention to their channels because they've been hit so many times. But everybody here should know if you've been here since I started my channel, I've gotten videos taken off of here and I've gotten a strike as well for some of my stuff. But when you tag your videos, there's a lot of tricks. But when you tag your videos or you enter certain things in a description, you're actually putting yourself up for certain things. So you got to understand, hiding behind a paywall, like a lot of these other shills, I call them that anyway. Just fake truthers. It doesn't matter if you come in and you say a little bit of the truth, like Max Egan here, and then switch to some weird stuff and give people some weird ideas in their head, And it is really really strange stuff. Tartarian Truth YouTube channel has videos showing Santos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Tartarian Truth. Yeah, I I don't I I don't know if Santos is just upset. Even Jay Dreamers did a segment on him. Yeah, Tartarian Truth is the channel. Yeah, yeah, he does, he does. That's why I say, dude, you're not really supposed to be part of any of these weird, I understand that people have certain things that they feel, which is fine, but we need to get like my issue with a lot of people when I was mentioning the psychology behind how these people think, they think that we're all on the same side. Max Egan doesn't understand that the majority of the earth thinks that they're on a spinning space ball going hundreds of thousands and millions of miles an hour through an endless vacuum of void whatever after for millions of years. Like literally you don't even know that you're in a prison. So if you don't know that you're in a prison, this is my question to Max Egan. If you don't know you're in a prison, then how are you ever going to know that you need to make an escape? That's my issue with anybody who talks bad about the flat earth. You already know I'm going to decapitate you because the fact of the matter is that flat earth situation, it's already been proven. Okay. It's already been proven. I don't care what anybody says. We already got enough proof. We already got tons of proof and it's been established at this point. The issue is that when people still make it a debate, okay, that's the issue. We got cartoon pictures from NASA, and once I started seeing those years ago, that was enough for me. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, but when you lose the moon landing tapes, that's enough. That's enough. That's the biggest crime on earth right there. So we're done. I think we're done here, and that's the end of it. There's no point in talking about cartoons or looking at cartoons or any of this other nonsense thinking that they're real. There's nothing wrong with cartoons if you understand that they're cartoons and they're animated. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I think some guys are really good with that. Hey, senses. Thanks for joining. How are you? Um, Hey, what's up? Says, by the way, your latest song was fantastic, just like all the rest. Thank you. Yeah, that was David Yates. If you guys don't know David, David is like an activist and stuff, and he's been talking about ice nucleation to American elements and stratospheric aerosol injection. As far as all of that stuff, and he's been covering it. He goes outside every day and shows the putrid blight in the sky here, and people don't care. And I found that to be the most insane thing, that so many people on this earth truly do not care about our reality and our world, just the toxins being sprayed into the air and the issues that we have in the food, and even the atrazine situation back then, even, like nobody cares. And I find that so uh it just takes the wind out of your sails, it really does. And it makes you angry. It really truly does. David had mentioned that people were getting upset when he would cuss listen, David Yates is free to cuss in anything that he wants to cuss in, and that's his freedom of speech. It's just like everybody else's. If they feel like they want to get offended, that's fine. However, it's still his freedom to do how he feels, and I would be doing the exact same thing. I only specifically don't cuss that much on here because I'm trying to get more younger type of people involved in a little bit of this. However, you probably will hear me spaz out a lot, especially in the upcoming future with all the nonsense coming on. So I'll apologize ahead of time. However, more people need to get, like David said, they need to get offended with myocarditis and having their children's hearts destroyed. That's what they need to get more offended by. You know what I'm saying? I better be careful, but it is what it is. One Two Beloved says we're in a movie. Escape from New York. Elon's making a rocket that can take 100 people to Mars, and when they get there, they're gonna be going to you know, somebody asked Eric Dubay a few years ago. They're like, if NASA would make a rocket and send you up there, would you go? Eric Dubay was like, why would I get on a rocket that NASA designed? I was like, right? Don't want to have another Challenger situation. Yeah, David has produced, yeah, tons of books. I mean, he is a powerhouse. Hey, Vertex. David Yates is amazing. He is amazing. It always makes my day in the mornings to actually hear his to just for a walk and talk with him. It makes my day. I look at his videos and I see, a couple 1 minute, 2 minute videos. And I'm like, and I see one that's like 20 minutes long, and I'm like, yes, there we go. I get to turn David on, listen to him, hear the logic, because it adds balance to our souls. You know what I mean? To actually hear a voice of sanity, you have to. I mean, honestly, people ask me, why do you research so much stuff? Why do you listen to people for 10 hours a day? Which I do, because I have to hear it, even though it may be upsetting. I have to hear a voice of sanity in order to ground myself back to reality. Because constantly hearing about RSV and the 554th variation of whatever is killing all of us. Because literally, before I did this stream, I tripped over 10 dead bodies. I kid ye not, right? And it's a million variants. It's never going to stop. Not to mention all of the the bombing and the and then the left and the right, and then we got this guy and that guy and all the same politicians. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I can't. I need to hear you know grounded reality. You know what I mean? And David Yates definitely is one of the voices that kind of grounds my reality. Jacqueline says, why are they trying to stop people from saying that the earth is flat? Um, I'm just reading a couple of you guys' comments. When a truth that is large has been hidden for so long, you can now let it out more as a weapon to divide society. Yeah, yeah. Um, they don't want people saying that the earth is flat because if people understood that just by understanding that that's the real reality that we live in, it instantly shows that all of the governments are all in cahoots against us. That's what that means. It means that they have been lying to us and manipulating us now for over 80 years or more. Even more than that. It means that all the governments are compliant. It means that all the space stations are compliant. It means literally that, technically just people understanding that and realizing that no part of your body actually feels any motion at all. And if anybody, I mean, you could literally run an experiment on a kid, like a good kind, like not tell them what the earth is and let them decide for themselves what they feel and what is to be real by trusting their own senses, right? Now we got to call that an experiment or whatever you call it. Being natural is an experiment. If they did that, in no way in a million years would these people actually say, "Oh, I think it's round and it's spinning." Not in any circumstances, because there's nothing else. Nobody would ever come up with that on their own. And that's the issue with the ether hole that everybody's diving into right now. And real quick, I also want to get on the Alex Jones thing. Awakening says nobody could ever survive being in a rocket ever. The sound and G-force would kill them. Yes, it would, 100%. They even said that the decibel level, I actually did a video on it. The decibel level is so loud that it would deafen you immediately if you're even within range of a rocket launch, which is why you have to watch them from far away. I just want them to send a real one up there with all the NASA employees, good or bad. You got to commit to your calls. They won't stop all this craziness until we stop saying, "Where are we?" Yeah. One says, "Why do they dig for all the good metals, then say they come from above?" Yeah, what I've hey, world without curve sounds good. And how are you? All this stuff, they actually make these metals. Some of these metals, like gold and other things, I've found a lot of truthers over the years. They've actually they actually make them. Like they're saying that they're natural precious metals. They're not. Like gold and diamonds. Diamonds are you can make a synthetic diamond, which is supposedly like indistinguishable from a real diamond, except it's grown in a lab. It's still synthetic. It's still fake. If it's not naturally occurring. And by the way, real quick, are you guys up for do you guys want me to go over some of Chris's work? Would you guys be interested in watching like me comment, not comment the whole time. I'll be here live watching it with you, but also break some important parts down on some of the true biblical locations and things like that. Like if you guys are looking for like how they altered the maps and things, are you guys up for that stuff? Like I don't know if you've ever seen any of that stuff. It's been taken offline strictly because of that content that's in it. But I'm here to put it back up, and I'd love to do a live show with it rather than you know, just post it. I'd like to actually be here live and talk about it. If you guys are, if you guys are up for it. Guys and gals, of course. Jacko says, I came up with a name for these lovely vile curse words people use in place of real words. Demon sperm. uh, um, all right, real quick. Let me talk about some Alex Jones stuff. You guys know about his little court case thing. I want to make sure this is 100% clear, and I want to put it on the record. So they're trying to sue. Actually, I don't know if they did or not. I guess they did. Okay, you guys said that would be great. Fight the Flat Earth and Professor Dave Shiz says, specializing in scripted pseudoscience influence. Exactly, Shiz. And you know what? For everybody here, I love science. So let me give you the definition of pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is practices commonly being mistaken right? On being based upon the scientific method. Okay. So whenever somebody says that they're doing science and the science doesn't follow the scientific method, it's called pseudoscience or quasi science, right? Which is fake science. So an example of fake science would be space travel. Science is strictly cause and effect relationships. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit at this particular, you know, sea level. Lack of vitamin C causes scurvy. This happens every single time. The water will boil. What's the cause of the water boiling? This is what Jaron and the rest of those shills can't understand. Heat, right? Happens every time. Not time. Time is not a independent variable. Your independent variable is what you, okay, believe the presumed cause to be. So if you think it's heat, you take heat away from the boiling water and see if the water continues to boil. Okay? Yeah, I have some really, really good stuff. And a lot of people have not seen these true locations, but it will blow your mind because, Richie from Boston just released a video of these guys on YouTube claiming that they have the phosphorus rocks that hit Sodom and Gomorrah. The only problem with Richie from Boston's YouTube video of them is that they're not in Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you actually look at the old maps, it shows you where Sodom and Gomorrah is. But Richie from Boston doesn't know that. And neither does Archaics. That's why they make up all this stuff and mix it with a whole bunch of mythology and people holding up the canopy, whatever. How about we just call what we see and not predict? How many people have we predicted? Guess what, guys? Amish. I am a time traveler. Okay. I come from the year 2030. And trust me, the whole world is gay. I don't think that we need somebody predicting time again. Okay. 2040, we're going to have some Phoenix event. Who cares? You cannot, just like John Levi, by the way. John Levi, if you guys know him, apparently he said something to Paul Cook saying he's the king of Tartaria. And no, you're not, John Levi, And keep in mind, I've watched all of John Levi's videos and I really like him. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to speak my mind, okay? John Levi is not the king of any Tartaria whatsoever. And he never shouts out anyone else or gives anyone a shout out in the community that do way more work than he does. And it's absolutely stunning that he doesn't do that. Paul Cook is up here doing geopolymer builds to show you how they built some of these old buildings. Meanwhile, you have people like Archaics and John Levi saying, oh, there's going to be a massive plasma event that's going to kill you all. Then what are you preparing for? There is no preparation against that. There is no point in worrying about the pending apocalypse. You cannot, if you survive it, then you can try and figure out, whatever else past that point. But prepping for 2040 for a Phoenix event, oh, you're going to get a Phoenix event, especially if you meet me. It's going to be a problem. Call the cops. One says, some have found the old maps in ancient books. They found the Ark in Sydney Harbor. The Ark, the Noah's Ark is actually on a map. I think I showed you guys this. It's on Ark Rock. Okay. They actually had it on a map from a few hundred years ago. The map, I think Chris said the map now, if you go and buy that map, it's like $13,000 because they don't want you to buy that map. That's how expensive it is. It literally says right on the map where it is, off of Cape of Good Hope. And they're up here, oh, no. Even a fake Jerusalem. Like I've mentioned on here many times, the real Jerusalem is in the Sahara Desert. Look it up on any of the older maps. It shows you where it is. And we've done a whole bunch of work on that. That'll be the first one, is the true location of the biblical Jerusalem. This isn't like a biblical channel, but I am just trying to show how some parts of the biblical standpoint is a historical book, One says SpaceX photos look like giant phallic. It does. It does. That's what they are at the end of the day. That's actually what they are. They're rubbing it in people's faces. Not my face. They're not rubbing it in. Hey, they're not rubbing it in my face. I don't do that. They're not rubbing that in my face. But all the other people, they're laughing at it and stuff, I'm just watching it from a distance like, yeah, that's nasty. Yeah. Richie is Richie has just changed, man. I don't know. He's kind of lost some of his I don't know what's happened to him. He's kind of he's on edge, you know. I think he's done um with a lot of the stuff now. He's just kind of like on that. I think he's done. I just think he's tired. I don't think he feels like doing it anymore. I mean, I don't blame him, but yeah, he is upset. You know, he's upset about everything. He gets upset about every little thing. And it's because he's listening to audiobooks every day. And just like Archaics, like I've told these people, I'm just showing you guys, by the way, because a lot of people don't get to look at all this on BitChute. All you see is died suddenly, cardiac arrest, all this stuff, and people can't figure out exactly what any of this stuff is. You know, there is all this, you know, the Pizer droplets, you know what I mean? And what people have had under the microscope and stuff like that, dude. It's this stuff. This is old news. I'm not trying to wake anyone else up here. I prefer coming on here talking to you guys. I'm not here to wake anyone else up because you know what the reality is? Whoever doesn't understand what is taking place here and what's inside, anybody who doesn't understand at this point, you have to prepare for surviving this on the other side. Okay, we can't wake anyone else up. Too many people have already done this, and I have no clue what the entire but my entire future, all of our futures, this has been altered and has changed for the rest of existence at this point. You know, I don't think there's any way to fix this. Real quick though, let me read a couple comments and let me get to Alex Jones real quick. I just want to mention something about. Jacqueline says, if you dodged basic science in school, you'll run from it now and learn nothing. Yeah, yeah. And they actually mention that, you know? So, everyone, the definition of science, it's a study of the physical and natural world, which means anything space related, we're done. It's not science. It's the physical and natural world through observation and experimentation. That's the definition, not and or experimentation, which means you cannot use astronomy and look at the stars and call that science. You have no experiments on stars that are supposedly millions of miles away. It's not an experiment. It's not science. It's over. Pseudoscience needs to be exposed by people who actually can speak on it as well, because a lot of people keep getting science and scientism completely mixed up. So, there is that. Anthony says, much love past heaven, lymph, love everyone. You all rock. Just saying, what's the difference between what's behind the movie camera and TV cameras and then behind the news, and what is believed and trusted as news? Yeah, yeah, I do too. I love Paul Cook's work and stuff. I probably could get Paul Cook on here for an interview at any given time. I'm sure he'd be cool enough to come on here. It's not about just having a whole bunch of subscribers and numbers of people when, like I've shown in a lot of different videos and stuff like that in the past, all of these numbers that you're seeing on here are not accurate at all. Okay, they would not be censoring someone with a small, tiny reach. Okay, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of people that actually see people's work, but they throttle it down and they do not put it into the bulk of people, people's search lists. However, a lot more than what they say, as far as people watching these streams and actually watching the content, a lot more than what people say, or what the stats say is actually happening. And it's through social media manipulation. And we've shown multiple times how, I've even I've talked about it in the past about them altering live streams, and they do. Cylindrical objects are not the shape you want to pressurize and then put in a vacuum. That's why submarines are cylindrical, because of the pressure outside. They invert everything. Space set. That's dangerous, one man. Oh no, that's pretty risky. That's risque. One says it's the new souls that are born knowing coming in now that will be important. Yeah, Yeah, yeah. We have to, the kids now, it is disgusting. These kids now, no, I call them kids. They're not kids. I'm not going to call them kids. Everyone 18 and up to like 25, 26 right now. This is the most ridiculous that I've ever seen, even 30. Um, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. All this work that people are doing on, like OnlyFans and stuff where the girls are doing nothing but taking off their clothes and getting paid apparently for doing that. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, this culture here is completely destroyed. They have destroyed this culture. Anyway, let me pull up Alex Jones real quick. Alex Jones apparently got sued, right? So he got sued for the Hulk thing and Sandy. He has okay, all right. Bill Hicks, right, has tons of proof, and yet none of the proof was presented in court because this whole thing is a show. You cannot sue people for that type of stuff. And also, him selling his products, that's what got him sued to begin with. I'd love for some of them to try and sue me, actually, because I will bring the proof, and the proof will be heard and it will be seen. Okay. And the proper investigations will be done, even if it has to be private investigations. That's perfectly fine. Okay. The issue is they're not going to bring light to that with anybody who's not in the system. It's only going to be people who are in the system that are brought out on this type of stuff because they already know, you know what I'm saying, that they can't hide that stuff when it comes to legitimate people. That doesn't scare me in the slightest, but it probably did scare a lot of people seeing this freak here, Alex, with how much? Like $1 billion some dollars they're trying to sue him for or something. I have no clue. Absurd amount of money. And if he has that much money, that proves that he's fake to begin with. Set apart from his, same teeth as Bill Hicks. Pure blood. I like the name, as I've told you before. No virus has ever been isolated. Yes, indeed. That is a fact. Virology is pseudoscience. I got to be careful saying that. I know I'm not supposed to say that on here. But I can't help it. Something's wrong with me. Awakening says, set up StreamYard call-in. I love to talk live, brother. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be doing a live chat. I want to try on Thursdays, like today and stuff. I want to try and do that on Thursdays because I know Cryptic uh wants to get on here and a few other people. But if anybody does want to chat with me live, I'd love to chat. If you guys do chat, you just make sure that you don't say too much about. We already know about, there's certain things that you can't say, however, but you can say anything else. If you can whisper around it, that's fine. It just can't be repeated over and over because then that's when it picks up on you. I've noticed here. But I'm not trying to censor anybody. Just, if you say it in a way where you can just say it rather than saying what will get you hit. You know what I mean? Like Hook and Sandy. If I say that on here, they will take the stream down, which is the only reason I'm not saying that event, blah, 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 whether it happened, even though it didn't. That's how I'm talking about it. But that's a really hot topic, same as 9/11. But yeah, I'd love to talk to some of you guys. Scientism. Definitely see and hear things by the base I'm near, but yeah, can't. Yeah, it's there is a few things about to go down. This was actually just a quick stream. Um, I do have a couple things I wanted to show on here, but I might save that for the other stream. But I think there is a couple things that's really about to go down, especially with the whole fake situation happening in Ukraine, you know, and the military bases are something else. Anthony says, off Alex Jones, but if the trees were cut and huge, what do you think happened to the material? What was built or done with all that stuff? I'd say a dome and or old structures that are. What do you mean, Anthony? Are you talking about the huge cedars and stuff? But yeah, if you guys get a chance to see some of the content on here, there's a whole bunch of so-called anti-Semitic stuff going on here, where people have had to limit the comments. Um, because everybody's like, "Oh, blame the Starman," and I'm perfectly fine with that. Speaking of Starmen, who aren't even star people, Khazar. Lone Prepper says most attacks or accidents can easily be proven to be fake by physics. Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. I got a couple things. I can't upload them again. I might put them on my my BitChute. But like I said, it's been 20 years, and if people are still not understanding certain things, like I even broke down all of the people responsible for what is it? What is it? 7/11, as Trump would say, September. A lot of drills as of late. Yeah, yeah, yeah. False flags. Yeah, yeah. All that stuff. They're. That's all they're doing. Literally breaking the glass out of that one person's house. What's her name? Nancy Pelosi. It's like, yeah, man. I got a naked dude in my living room, and I took the hammer away from him, and then he took it back and started hitting me with it. And another dude opened the door for the cops. I'm like, dude, if I'm ready to slap people if they come to me start talking about any of that dumb stuff. It's too stupid now for me to listen to. It's too stupid. It's like I just, at one point it was okay. It was dumb, but it was okay. Now it's just too stupid. So yeah, a woman reached in the back of the cruiser. One woman who was walking on her hands and knees, screaming and growling like a dog in the yard, got picked up by the cops. She walked. She got put in the back of a cruiser, picked the handcuffs that they put her in, reached up to the front, grabbed the AR, and loaded it up. Right, knows how to use it. Shot one of the people, one of the officers. No, actually, one of the bystanders, and he said, "Ow." And then ran and ducked. Oh, okay. You got hit with a 223 and you said, ow? Oh, okay. I mean, this stuff is too dumb now. It's just too dumb. Petrified wood or low mountain ranges. I'm not I'm not 100% sure about that awakening. We got like, Paul Cook and stuff. He's been doing like a lot of geopolymer work. And hold on real quick. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Uh, Paul Cook's been doing a lot of geopolymer work and stuff, so I'm not 100% sure if some of the stuff that we're seeing is like petrified or if it's actual, geopolymer type of builds and stuff. But it looks like it's it's a few things. It's really good. But yeah, you should check some of his stuff out. I'm not sure about the petrified stuff. I know it is possible for some petrification and things. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It does look like they are trees, though. A lot of the stuff, like some of the mountain ranges where they actually look like trees, they really do. Some of that stuff is just so because Mud Fossil University. I don't know if you guys seen that, but I made a video and I didn't release it because I started yelling in it and I recorded it twice and I started yelling again. So I didn't release it. But Mud Fossil University got mad with all the flat earthers and they're like, you guys need to stay off my channel. You are screwing me up. I hate you all. And you guys need to get out of here. And he's just flipping out on flat earthers and stuff because it messes up his theories that he's come up with. So that guy was straight up exposed as being exactly what he is right there. Anthony says the hexagon and other shapes show biology, definitely in the huge, beautiful mountain structures, trees, mushrooms, something, not rocks. I don't know. I don't know how they would all be petrified instantly, Anthony. I don't. That's where the weird. It's kind of like how John Levi was saying something about a huge uh, you know, what's it called? Like an event, a fire plasma type of event or something. The issue is that all that's green for it to heat up high enough to melt bricks in that manner, the temperature around would have had to have been melted. Our entire realm would have had to been melted. There shouldn't be any greens growing or any of that type of stuff. And you get the issue with with a lot of different things really. I mean, I've seen a lot of it. Awakening says, "See my his story playlist, please." Alright, alright. I'm gonna see if I can subscribe to you guys right after this stream. Yeah, Mud Fossil is too, I think we gotta be really, um uh, grounded in a lot of our thoughts and a lot of our thinking, especially with all this stuff, because all these photos have been doctored. These photos, a lot of them are doctored. The sky is cut out in a lot of these old world photos, and they have been hiding this stuff from us for so long that they have it down. They can afford to show us this stuff. You can't really go thinking that we're actually finding something that they didn't want us to find. All of these maps and everything else like that. It's legitimate, uh, you know, trickery and things like that. Even when that's my problem with history, is that when you actually look at a lot of these old, so-called old, um, hieroglyphs and things like that, I don't know if they're old. And the only reason I'm telling you guys this is because most people have not seen a lot of Chris's work, which is why I want to re-upload it, because it's nowhere to be found hardly. And I want to re-upload it because i- these people have admitted and been caught actually taking artifacts from one location and moving them to another location in order to say, oh, this is Egypt, when it wasn't. And it can be actually proven. I mean, I don't even know how this guy even actually did all of this, but that's the issue. It's like when they say, all these like these mountains are mountains. Sometimes they're not. They're not. They're hills and they're different things, but they're not mountains under any circumstances. And there's ways to actually prove that. Literally, Chris has went through and went through like biblical teachings and things, and he's actually looked in there and found the locations and the names of other nearby areas and towns and things. And he's actually went onto our maps now and located those towns to actually show you that they're within walking distance and they're right where they say they are. Not only has he done that, he's also found the artifacts there that actually, um, cooperate with what he's actually saying. So there's multiple witnesses to establish all of his points that he's making. I can't debunk this guy, because to debunk it would be to say, I disagree. You don't have any bounds or feet to disagree with. That's what I say. If people want to debunk him, I mean, I'd love to see it, but I really don't think that it can be debunked, because he's not using his particular research. He's using where it says, like, for instance, when I show you guys the video of Jerusalem, it'll actually show you that the Jerusalem situation in scripture, it says that the population is 0, right? And it's a heaping den of jackals, and it will not be inhabited by anybody. Okay, the land will be barren. So how can it be over 1 million people living in Jerusalem today with no jackals? So if you actually look at the old maps and you find Jerusalem where in the Sahara Desert, it is everything that it says, and the population there is 0 in the desert. See what I'm saying? It's just it's like, if people are trying to make a point on something, it has to it has to be consistent with what if you're going to speak on scriptural type of things, it has to be in alignment with that particular scriptural event. If it's not, then it fails. So as soon as they talk about those fake Euphrates rivers and all that other stuff, I'm like, dude, that's not where it is, though, because the town near Euphrates rivers and things like that are different. They're not where they say they are in biblical speakings. See what I'm saying? It's real weird. It's the most amazing stuff I've ever seen, though. Anthony says, Mud Fossil man is a bit off his rocker, but definitely not sure about the past events. Plasma and electric events could have done something to our realm, or water, electricity hit or something. Possible, but how are you going to prepare for that? Are you going to strap yourself to a tree and and hope that 100 feet of mud won't come up and wash right over you? Because at that point you're just kind of preserving. And that's why I say, worrying about certain type of events that happened in the past like that, it may not have even been any kind of stuff like that. Some of these things, especially these are all man-made events, like I said, direct energy type of weaponry and stuff like that. Even when I look up at the sky and stuff, it actually does look like it was cracked in half, is actually what that looks like to me, even before I knew about what the sky actually was. Hangman 1128 shows, beyond any reasonable doubt, trees are petrified hills. Trees are petrified hills? Oh, you mean the petrified hills are trees? I might have misunderstood you. One says, "The new Stonehenge is built over ancient ruins." Hmm. Yeah, they apparently this is old, but apparently they actually found a whole bunch of dead bodies and all this other stuff underneath of, underneath, not Stonehenge, but, is it Stonehenge I'm thinking about? It might be. Wigan says, "Please sub to Hangman1128." I'll look him up. One day, I'd like to have a channel, I'm tired of these relationship gurus and, man bashing lying liptards every time I get on. I know, right? You know though, Jacqueline, the days of relationships seem to be over. You don't wanna catch the COVID and, you know. Um, yeah, oh, I'm already subscribed to, Hangman. I gotta look him up on my other channel. Hmm, that's interesting. Yeah, Vertec, very good point. Too much worrying about the past and future distracts you from the being here now. Yeah, I don't know if there is a way for us to figure out the past at this point because we're too far gone, if you ask me. I've seen some amazing stuff where these people have tarnished and destroyed and tampered with so much of our stuff that I don't I really don't think that we can actually figure a lot of that stuff out. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, we can have certain ideas on it, which is fine. But I really don't think we can figure a lot of that stuff out. You know, I think a lot of it is too far gone, unfortunately. And it's not that it's not important. It's super important because it actually shows how. When did this dude put this up? That's interesting. They're allowing this from the, Mandalay Bay stuff, they're allowing that up on YouTube again? Dang. He may not have said anything in it. Anthony, says, "Blessed be, brother. I'm saying don't run out and be a part of what the news reports or anything like mainstream media. Seems like they are just the movie camera. Also, nothing can be done about nature." One says, "I'm I'm too old anyway. Most my age, jabbed or married." I'm actually in my 30s, early 30s, of course. But yeah, I'm seeing everybody that's actually jabbed. I've completely, people have poisoned their blood now. They've actually poisoned the entirety of the human blood, or the majority of it, and it's really a scary thought now to, to for any of that. Oh, okay, okay. No, I would never actually get married. I did do a segment on marriage and stuff, and it just seems to be some kind of a way to, the commitments that I make, like to like my girlfriend or my significant other or whatever, is strictly between just us, and it's a commitment that we kind of make to other people, not going to the courthouse and asking the government for a paper to see if they'll allow me to be married to another person. Um, even of certain races and things like that, which they brought back up on the table again, in Georgia or some crap, and I'm just like, "No, no." But, no, most people that are, like, 20 some years old, are actually, um, all jabbed, they're all jabbed right now, and, the entirety of it, when I seen that people were going along with this whole thing, I was like, "Okay, this is really, really bad," you know? And, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Mena Majors. I appreciate that. I'm not. I'm average. I should be the average anyway, I feel. All right, Chilster says, I just left a comment on the Mud Fossils guys chat about a half hour ago. Said you got to get rid of that ball. Serious common knowledge now. Oh, the ball. Yeah, yeah, yeah. First time I commented on. Oh yeah, yeah. He'll ban you, bro. He will ban you instantly. You know, you cannot go around anybody who believes they're on a spinning space ball and say that you just have a difference of opinion. Even you say that, man, it'll make you a psycho real quick. But we do it anyway because I love being called a psycho. You know, I really do. I find it. I love it. David Yates had commented on there. Shauna said, "You got the badge of, you know, what is it, chemtrails or something?" And David was like, "It's a badge of honor." I'm like, "Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. I love it. I love the badge. It's a it reiterates exactly the mindset of a lot of people. They have to be told what's true and what's not. They're not able to just figure it all out. Well, you guys are pretty young, you know. Awakening says, "I'm 58, going on 7." Since God Almighty started my awakening. 100%. I feel ever since I actually started like studying science and things and studying, the earth and things like that, real science, real quantum mechanics, real biblical history, real history in general, Tartarian history. I've had a thirst for knowledge, but it really puts me into a really small category, because most of the people that I converse with are about 20 years older than me, which is fine. And I'm perfectly fine with it. People to me don't really look like they're really old or anything in general. I don't know what the big age thing is. When I was 28, I had a lot of people that were like 17, some of them were 20, some of them 22. They were actually like calling me kind of old. And I'm just like, dude, I'm 20, I'm 28, dude. What are you talking about? You know? Hold on. We got a porn bot here. Sorry about that. But it's really amazing. It's really amazing how the times of people, thinking that certain people are old or something is just, I've noticed it in a lot of the music. You hear people talking about like baby boomers or this or that, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what all that's actually from. To be honest, I don't know where people actually got that. I got a quick question for you guys. Is my chat still running? Pureblood says, at the start of this whole thing, people agreed with me that they shouldn't take it. But after all the propaganda and the news started pumping up, they all changed opinion. Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. It just populated. Okay. Sorry about that. No, the chat screwed up or something. Sorry about that. Make sure you don't click any of those like links or anything. I don't know what that is. And don't blame me if you get rockets in your faces. All right. All right. I'm still here, guys. I was just looking at a little bit of Hangman's can't see any links. Yeah, I blocked the spam bot thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of I don't know. I don't know, Vertec. I don't know, man. I don't know. You like NASA, don't you? You know that Blue Origin, Blue Chew stuff. Was that Sam Tripoli promoting Blue Chew? God, you know, guys, in general, and I'll be 100% honest with you. If you actually just eat fresh vegetables, okay, everything is as natural as possible, right? and you're actually not putting all of these preservatives into your body and you're doing natural cleanses, not every single day like freaking Santos. He's a little bit extreme. Kind of looks like a skeleton to me. I hope he's well. But if you do regular detoxes and things like myself, I haven't been sick in like 5 years. I haven't had a cold, other than when I died from that big thing that was going around a couple years ago. Um, I haven't been sick since. But when you do that, you will not need all that weird, blue chew stuff, Viagra crap, or whatever it is. There's a lot of stuff that actually can decrease your sex drive and everything else. It can really like just mess with you in general. Um, it just it you have to stay away from all this stuff. If you just don't take a whole bunch of the crap that they're pushing, uh, if you just don't take that crap, I guarantee you'll be fine. Also, if you're not exposed to a whole bunch of, what a lot of the I'm not going to call them women because they're not, and they're not even girls at this point. They're just, digital prostitutes. What they're pushing, it can really screw you up, and it taxes your brain when you're constantly looking at a lot of, type of material to try and like stimulate yourself. It will continuously fry your brain and things. It really does. It really screws you up. Um, it's completely unhealthy. I got contacted by I might do a stream on it, by a former adult actress that is a singer, just like all of them apparently, trying to do a song with me. I'm like, no, and they actually sent me the lyrics to the song, and oh god, dude, I can't, I'm not even lying to you. It was so demonic. I'm like, dude, no, no. Like, what? And why are you trying to be a singer again? Yeah, I went into the adult industry when I was blah, 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 and then I got out. I'm like, no, no. I mean, I can pay you. No, I'm not doing any production for you, and I'm not featuring in a song with you, and I definitely will not feature in a music video with you. Yeah, they did change the definition of what a vax is. 100%. That's been changed. Pure Blood says, "I'm 21. Good on you. You are getting old though." Yeah, microplastics, one, microplastics and plastics and things. Whose idea was it to actually switch from glass to plastic? I mean, for convenience purposes. You know how when you drop the glass that doesn't have all that extra, crap in it, it breaks and it gets everywhere. You might cut your feet. So we're trying to protect you by giving you plastic, which is poison. That way, if you drop it, you'll protect your feet. You just kill your stomach. See? Told you, man, I could probably work for the government. I could talk just like them. I've been practicing like my Joe Biden talk and everything. Yeah, 200 years from now, gonna be uh, 5 million deaths, and is John F. Kennedy here? All plastics will decrease your testosterone. Do your best to stay away from anything plastic, especially food or water related, especially like McDonald's and all that. Hey, Matt, if you don't smoke cigarettes, drink or and get plenty of rest, put your smartphone away. And after 8 p.m., you don't need. A lot of kids are putting those cell phones in their pockets. Like, oh, ugh. Fresh fruits, veggies, berries, dehydrated. Yeah, digestive issues. Yeah, yeah. It will really fix you. Plastics of all sorts, not just food containers. Yeah, and they put plastic in everything. One too. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous. I was only not jab guy at my class at college. Oh god. Do people even realize what could happen here? Like, I don't know what it's gonna be like if all of a sudden we have another massive type of event that happens and all these people actually drop. I mean, people are going to have to. I don't know, dude. That's gonna be very scary. It really will. I can't believe people would actually do this. That's so crazy. I mean, I understand that the fear was very strong at first, but wow, this is crazy. And too many people have actually that's the only thing I agree on with Max Egan is that too many people have been, jabbed at this point, and there is no way to fix that at this point. It's kind of over, you know? We gotta prepare for whatever's gonna happen. There's a study on younger men showing, they have lower testosterone than 70-year-old, wow. Yeah, yeah. You know, actually, they put all this, they put, like, I think in the I did a stream on it, if you guys ever go back and look at any of my old ones and you're bored one day, I did a stream on it. I think it was, like, 40,000,000 times the amount of estrogen in the Chick-fil-A, chicken sandwich. So, I mean, you know, all the guys now are just, they're women, I guess now. Some of them are actually really, really feminine. More coffee, says milk was good in a glass. You know, I still remember a little bit of the glasses being around everywhere. I can remember back as far as, gas being 89 cents a gallon. That's about as far back as I remember. I wasn't driving back then, but, it's uh sick that we all love our abuse until we awaken or are born awakened. Yeah, it's like now I don't run to these people at all. And you know, what's strange about this whole thing is that I've been arguing with a lot of my family about this particular thing where I'm actually going against this and I'm trying to tell them to stay away from this and they're upset that you know I'm breaking down virology to these people, you know, and stuff. You know, they're really upset. They're like, I don't want to hear all of this. I don't care, you know. And then they do this defeatist thing where they're like, "Oh, we're all gonna die anyway." You know, for all we know, right? Entertain me real quick. Say, for instance, we reincarnate back here, and you lose the knowledge that you have now. Okay, for whatever reason, you would be born getting shots that you fought against this entire time, right? Instead of actually making the world a better place while you're here for the future. If you did make the world a better place right now, clean water, clean food, when you do pass, if for instance, all the people that are for reincarnation, if you are put back here, you could have the grandest of lives, you know? And but if you leave this world in nothing but slavery and bondage, um, I mean, and then on top of that, to have such a terrible attitude to we're all gonna die anyway, that doesn't matter. I don't think that we ever truly die. That's the reason that this has been going on for hundreds of years, because the Rothschilds never die, because the queen never dies, or the queen's bees, by the way. They informed the queen's bees that the queen was dead. I just wanted to put that out there for you guys to know. They actually went in and talked to him. The royal beekeeper talked to the bees and let the bees know that the queen was dead. And they published it. So there's that. But, you know, it's so strange that people have that attitude like, "Oh, we're all gonna die, so what's the point?" It's not about that. I want to know what's in Antarctica, 100%. Before I die, I wanna know what's in Antarctica, okay? 100. I don't care about anything else, quite frankly. I care about getting the freedom to be able to figure out what's in Antarctica and what they are hiding from us, and I want something to change within my lifetime, very shortly, soon, actually, 2 years ago, if possible. GMO frankenfoods. Yeah, yeah, when everybody who took that magic juice, because 'cause they're all juiced up, and they'll believe anything when they're juiced up, like Mag says, you know? And one says, "Yep, mine too. My dad was a pharmacist who avoided doctors until this plan." Isn't it amazing? It's like my dad was like, you know, he would never fall to fear at all, and now all of a sudden he's just fallen and crumbled to fear. And I guess he's looking at me like I'm too young to actually know something. And I told him already, I've been studying this now for 8 hours a day to 10 hours a day. Every single day. I haven't missed one day in the past 2 years. I literally can speak on virology to a you know a doctoral level if I actually decide to. I just it's over now, and I did in some of my past videos. It's just over. You know, I actually brought all of these topics up. I explained what all of this stuff was doing. I even went on YouTube and actually live streamed a lot of the stuff that they couldn't show. I had to bring the video down, and but you know the videos down that I did do. Some of them got taken down, but it's kind of over. You know, I agree. Pure blood. I don't either. I think I'm kind of done. I think I'm a one and done it. I don't want to be like those boosters. You know, need like 27 of them. I like the one and done thing. The Lotus, like the Lotus Awakening. 100% Antarctica. I want to get there. That's where I want to get to. Somebody got mad with me. I don't know. I think it was Nathan. Nathan didn't get mad with me. I'm not going to say he got mad with me. I think he had a little problem with what I said about the ice wall thing. I was like, dude, look, I don't know if there's an ice wall. I wasn't saying that there's an. I'm saying that to our no knowledge that we have right now, say that there is an ice wall there. We're not allowed to go there, go beyond there. Therefore, that's all that we need to know. Is there truly an ice wall in Antarctica? I have no clue. They won't let you go there. I thought that was implied. Sometimes I have to say stuff because people misunderstand my words. So I need to explain them. That's why I get on here and I explain stuff like kind of what happened with Cheryl, where it's like, stop talking bad on people. I'm not talking bad about people. I just think that they're shills and I don't like their message. Their message has a lot of negativity and manipulation into it. And whenever you fall victim to a lot of the, magical things, when your psychological mindset type of thing goes to mythical type of stuff, that's when you really get screwed up. Honestly, that's where dinosaurs come in and millions of years and then nothing exploding and then turning into uh, everything that is now and then starting out as a fish and then going into like walking on the land, like, and then you get us. That's all that started with an imagination thing. And we need to kill that, kill the imagination and go and discover it for yourself and put something together. Honestly, a lot of these leading guys like Jaron and stuff, they probably could put something together in order to try and figure out what, whether it's North Pole or up north or wherever it is they can do. They can get trips and they can get people to sponsor them. They shouldn't be selling a whole bunch of, subscriptions, take my truth snacks. Screw your truth snacks. You let me find Mark Sargent. I'll shove those truth snacks right up his posterior. We don't have time for that. Placebo effect is amazing. I think a lot of people actually were getting sick, one, because they believed it. Like that movie, what is it called? Bird Box? Pharmacy. Everything is hidden in plain sight. The harm in it. And pharmakia. It's no colder than Scotland's. Yeah, census. Yeah. I've looked at the maps and I noticed that the snow area of that, like in certain areas, the snow actually was like some parts were green where it should have been like so-called white. They're actually just painting it. Whenever you look at the Google Earth thing, they're just painting it. In England, they give children a V card where it is 6 V's in one shot. Yeah. And they call it the hexagon shot. Oh, that sounds holy. Here in Denmark, the word hex means witch. I never looked up the etymology on hex, but I always thought it meant curse or used and associated with curse, which they technically are cursing them, you know. Ice wall mountain ranges are our 71% water realm container. Awakening, a lot of people get upset whenever we talk about that. And you know what the thing is? I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with actually having something reasonable I don't believe in models, but because models aren't necessarily what reality is, but I do agree with you. I personally do think that it could be ice there. I don't know about extra land or any of this other stuff. We can't get to where we need to get to. That's why I tell people, don't worry about extra land. Worry about getting below the, 60th parallel. Is that right? I'm sure you and David could do a collaboration. I actually are you talking about David Yates? I'd love to, I know it's probably late for him now, but I would love to, have him on. I just wanna talk to him at least one time in my life, be able to talk to David. Have him on for a live show one day. Doctors told my brother's mother-in-law that she has terminal cancer. She avoided the medication and prayed instead and got cured. Yeah, my mom actually has, multiple myeloma, and but I found out that they went and got this thing anyway, and slowly it just started taking her down and down and down and down and down, and I'm just like, dude, it's one thing after another. So I've been helping to like take care of her as much as I could, or can rather, and it's rough, dude. But like I said, I tell people I'm not a healer. Okay, if someone asks me how do you make these vaccines, I can tell you how they're made. I've memorized the ingredients. You know? Why? Why did I memorize the ingredients? Because I wanted to be able to speak on it on a high degree and let people know that I know what I'm talking about. And instead, a lot of my family just looked at me as still being, a younger their child, but my parents are older. So, my grandfather was born in 1929. So, and he's still alive now, working harder than most 20-year-olds. So, you know, That's because the food that he had when he was growing up was all vegetables that he worked on a farm, with, and, he worked all of his life. So he had, bone cancer and completely beat that, and that had him down for about a month, and then he just beat it, and, yeah, like nothing back when he was 88 years old. So, I mean, just monsters, dude. Awakening says, "Can you link, chat people here in channels to sub to or, make me a mod so I can, link channels easily?" And Scribble says, "In US here in Wisconsin, but a year in the event, Pfizer gave him good money incentives to leave our hospital." Uh, oh, you used to work okay, you used to work with one of the, top infectious diseases, PhDs in Wisconsin. Okay. Holy crap. Yeah, yeah. Some of the doctors I've been talking to now, because I've been actually I've been doing some stuff, and I want to get some lawsuits popping off. So I've been letting some doctors know. Let's just say that I've been calling doctor offices around here, and I've been showing some doctors up. I recorded a couple of them, but like I said, I don't record everything I do behind the scenes, but I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes rather than just what I do here. So Treen says, Katie Hales, my name is Monster, linked to her free trip to Antarctica after staying at Drew Hines Castle here in Scotland. Huh. Oh, Hawthorne Den Castle? Chelsea said my grandpa was like that. Yeah, yeah, they're strong, dude. I wish I came up in a different time. Yeah, I've been just finding people who understand what's going on, and I kind of want to hang with them. But it just, to me, it seems like the whole connection to humanity has been severed. You know, I don't even know if people actually have legitimate connections anymore, or maybe it's just me. I've been feeling a little bit of anhedonia a little bit. I guess that's the word. One of my friends actually he's been trying to diagnose me, and I'm telling him to chill, and he mentioned it to me a few months back, and it's kinda spot on because I really don't get the same type of, pleasure out of, doing some of the things that I love to do, like making some music and stuff. It's not really fun, like it used to be, you know? Nothing is, whether it's TV shows, whether it's, really, and I think it's just because I'm not really around a ton of people who understand some of the things I understand, and I think that it's truly important to actually have people around you that you can, but to be honest with you, a lot of people just don't care. I've heard a lot of 20-year-olds that work, with me. I do electrical engineering, and they come right out. They're like, I don't care if I live or die, dude. He's like, why are you so worried about all this stuff? I'm like, you know, this is important. This is for the future. What you're the future. Why don't you care? But you know as well as I do, everyone here, they will care when they get older or when they get sick from taking all these experiments, and it's gonna be a legit problem for them. So But like I said, sometimes it's just gonna take a little bit of, it happening before they realize that. One says, "Some doctors won't even recognize, or" oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, one of my local doctors didn't. I actually, put him out of business pretty quick. I got a lot of people, on him pretty hard. So now he is no longer a doctor. Some people say it was kinda ridiculous, but what I did was I actually went into his office and, asked him about, I was like, "Hey, I've been having a lot of reactions. I've been having reactions to some of these shots, and, I just wanna know, you know, um, a lot of people are trying to get me to get this, and, I'm just concerned about the side effects and the studies of it. Um, what do you think? Do you recommend that I should get this?" Or and he's like, "Well, this is different. It's made different." I said, "Oh, how's it made?" Just trolling him. He's like, "Oh, this is mRNA, it's made, with mRNA." I said, "Oh, okay, okay. What's that?" He said, it's just the way they make it. It's just different than the normal ones." I said, "Oh, are you sure it's not messenger ribonucleic acid?" And he just looks at me. And I just started dropping just crazy bombs on him, and I'm like, "So I want you to know that we're documenting all this. I got a lawyer and everything." And I'm like, "Everybody that you're up here telling to do things." So, yeah, that was my first visit with him. That's how that went. So I've been going around to a lot of doctors, you know. I'm an activist. I'm an enthusiast. So I got real quick, everybody. I got a new song that I want to release. I just have to make sure that I can put it out on YouTube because they're getting all sensitive, and I don't want them coming over here trying to trying to say that I'm doing something. So I'm just thinking if I should release it here or release it on my BitChute or something. But if you guys don't know, I'm also on BitChute and stuff. I'm not on there mainly. This is my main. This is just a lot easier to deal with. But I might have something coming out. Chelsters, they are upside down in Australia, aren't they? Really? More coffee? You had a heart doctor actually tell you to wow. I guess he didn't hear about the myocarditis. Or maybe he did. I actually think they did hear about it. There's no way that you've been a doctor this entire time and, and you don't know what they're doing, you know? This is an outright affront. It really, really is. Okay, oh, yeah, sudden adult death syndrome. Is that what that's called now that they're doing? Sudden adult death syndrome. Assassination attempts. Every time I turn this stuff on, I see a whole bunch of nonsense. You know that. Since it says, "Tell everyone about your SoundCloud Amish." Everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Census. All right. My SoundCloud is Amish Space Station. I'm also on I'm on I'm on a few different things, actually. Everything should be Amish Space Station on any type of network or whatever. But yeah, my SoundCloud is Amish Space Station. If on there, if you go under the video I did for David Yates, Dear People of the Future, um, I have a link to my SoundCloud page right there if you guys, but it's soundcloud.com/Amish Space Station. And you guys should email me if you wanna talk sometimes or something, just email me. I am gonna be making some more, mods and stuff like that, guys. I A couple of the mods that I made, they haven't been on. Hopefully, I didn't upset them too bad because I like to talk about people that are doing things. I like to expose people, and some people have real deep connections with people that they've never really met, and they get really upset with me whenever I badmouth some of them. Um, they're like, "Don't talk bad about good people." And I'm just like, "Dude, I'm sorry, but this dude is confusing me and he's muddying the water and we're having a hard time following him." So this dude went from 30,000 subscribers to 60,000 subscribers within 1 month, and he hasn't shown anything. It's like, and I'm talking about archaics, by the way. And there's no way to get knowledge out of people if they just give you a whole bunch of mysteries, like the whole UFO community. But you guys know my email, right? Amish Space Station at, protonmail.com. So you guys should email me. Just let me know what your handle is on here, and, I will remember you in there. And if you leave a comment for me, if you guys want me to talk about any kind of topic, any of the next, like, topics, they got rid of the evidence. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones, that's the one with the dead bodies under it and all that other stuff, man. Maintain humanity under 500 million in balance with nature, obey the reptilians, and slaughter the truthers that step on our feelings and poison the rest. I want deaths in the millions. Vax are the Depop for the willfully ignorant and the gullible. 100% true. Very true. People should have, known that something's wrong now. It's just sad, I think my dad actually has went back and gotten, like, 5 shots at this point. I'm just like, "Dude, I think this is done," you know? So I argue with him, and I was like, If you ever tell anyone else here, like, you do not tell any of our other family to get their kids, shot up or anything. You were not gonna do that." I just started arguing with him because 'cause I'm like, "Dude, no, you're murdering people. You're gonna be held responsible too. I don't care if you're my dad or not. We will take you to task." Lock you away as well. My family is the people who are awake here, you know, because I feel a deeper connection with people who are awake and people who are fighting for freedom more than just flesh and blood who like I said, I've been talking with different people in my family for years about this and they still look at me as if I don't know what I'm talking about and they will not have it and they will not listen to me under any circumstances. And after I've already expressed that this is a very dangerous thing and they're putting my life in danger by trying to continue to get me to get this, right? They say, "Oh, no, 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 I'm not. I'm just trying to help you." No, you are doing what I told you that you're doing and you're putting my life at risk. I don't care if you look at it as, oh, it's like somebody who's trying to kidnap someone. They pick up a kid off the side of the road and kidnap them and chain them up. And they go, "Oh, no, 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 I'm just trying to help them." No, you're not. You just abducted a child and now you're holding them as prisoner. That's what you're doing. I don't care if you try and sit around and, doll it up in some kind of other way. People have issues with it. They really do. I've just about had it with all that. I've had it. What's up says RV Truth is no longer on YouTube. I wonder if that was on purpose by design. Yeah, probably because he's trying to get everybody to pay for their content, you know? He's trying to get everyone to just pay. And I'm like, "Dude, no, no, no. Okay, if I actually opened up for something for people to pay me in some kind of way, it would be for personal things that have nothing to do with whatever. Like if somebody wanted me to take hours of my time to learn a song for them and actually do a song for them, and I'm like, all right, well, dude, if you can pay me for the time that I'll be doing your service for you, that's fine. But you can't charge people money for them to listen to you. Time is the most precious thing on earth, and whenever it's the most valuable thing on earth that we have, and that's why they have us working 1/3 of our lives for 1/3 of a month, 1/3 of the week, in hours wise, and you retire at 30 years, which is 1/3 of your life if you live to around 90. Two beloved says, "Oh, my dad too." Soulmate. Soulmates right there. All of my family took it. Yeah, I'm hoping that's but, like I said, I'm not big on the hopium, so I have no clue what's gonna happen, you know? Medical kidnapping started years ago, one two says, uh, and now it's a norm. It is. It is. It is. I never pay for information, but donate to my close online family often. Yeah, yeah, the donations are all fine. If David Weiss wanted to open up an app and he needed people to pay to make the app free, to pay him to open the app, and he had the records for it, I would donate for him to make the app. I'm not gonna donate for him to have millions of subscribers to his app, and he's sitting here being, because he'll turn into what we're fighting against. He already has. And whenever people show that, they're not trustworthy. Could he be a legit truther? Possibly. But here's the problem. He's turned into what we fight against. Same as John Levi. He's turned into what we fight against. Censorship. He doesn't even mention Wise Up or any of the other channels that do really good work because he doesn't want to draw any attention to them. Everybody that subscribes to me here, like you guys and everybody else, I have no problem talking about other people. Now, I do have an issue with promoting certain channels if their channel is if they can't out debate me on something that I have my own conclusion about, that's an issue. But like I said, I don't have an issue showing anything or saying anything when it comes to any of that type of stuff because everybody's free to make their own decisions. It's just I'm here trying to explain that when you go down a specific path of imagination, your mind will play tricks on you and you'll never get to any answers. You can listen to Jason Breshers all day. You're still not going to know anything about history because he'll just show you a whole bunch of stuff from a whole bunch of books and that'll be the end of it. You know, Same as the Kajani Amari, the guy who puts all those videos together and does the 13, the number of the beast, the number of rebellion, links back to Obama, the 44th president, number 44, the destruction code of Freemason. Who cares? Who cares? I didn't learn anything. I learned nothing from that. I learned that you've connected a whole bunch of numbers together and now you're trying to make it a thing. So there's that. Plus, those in jail can be experimented on all the time. Yeah, yeah, it's insane what they're doing. They also show people sentences and stuff. I've heard in jail for people to look up records and stuff, so the prison population knows what they go into jail for. I've always been, and people get mad. This is the last topic I want to talk about, guys. Real quick, but it's also it's that child thing, all that child adult stuff. The thing is that they can charge anyone for that thing, and they don't show any of it online because it's illegal, number 1, and they don't show any of it in the courtroom. They can just say, "Oh, we busted this guy on child, charges," and then call him a pedophile and send him in jail. That was the big thing that I had, against when I tell people, like, people in jail, if you're a legit criminal and you're locked in jail, you're not supposed to be passing judgment on anybody, not pedophiles or anyone else. You're just as bad as of a criminal. You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to be passing judgment or killing anyone for any kind of child abuse stuff at all. Because number one, you can't tell whether the government. Because that's a nice way to just cover it up. Oh yeah, this guy got locked in jail for pedo. What did he do? He had this on his computer. Oh, did he? Are you sure? Did you plant that on his computer? We didn't even see it. So we don't know whether it happened or it didn't, right? Right? They could literally just use that for anybody anytime they want. And that's been the big issue with it. Yet the biggest ones are still allowed to roam free. All the child traffickers and everyone else, they're allowed to roam free. That's actually what got me kicked offline for the first time with my music, which is why I switched and stuff, is because I made a song about all that stuff and it was hidden in code and they kicked me off for talking about it instantly. Shadow banned my name. You can't even tag my old names and things in there or else it gets zero traffic. I actually checked it. Pureblood says, "How would you react if everyone started turning into a zombie?" Have you seen Zombieland, that movie? Probably like that. How about The Walking Dead? I have never seen that. I only seen the first episode when it first premiered. I thought it was cool at first, but yeah, I don't watch a lot of television. But yeah, it looks like they were popping them. Maybe like that. I'd get a video camera and document it. Diary of the Dead style stuff. Scribble says you should check out the song "What Is Life" by Angelina Jordan. Angelina Jordan? I can check that out after the stream. I don't want them to take my stuff down. People get mad whenever they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be associated with a flat earther." What is life? Is it a new song? She's a pianist? That's interesting. Wait, did something happen to her? You guys have to fill me in. I am new. Pureblood says only me and my sister didn't get it. Hacked, cracked, and packed off to the pin. Like Prince, no sweat. Just one shopping trip and you see them. It'd be like the crazies. Rule number one, cardio. Double tap. The sheeples. People are zombies already. Have you guys seen my music video, Faces of Evil? You guys should check that out. There's zombies all around us. I actually put a zombie segment in that video. All right, you have me interested in Angelina Jordan. I'm gonna look that up tonight. All right, everybody. I have to go and make some dinner. I have been eating some amazing stuff, by the way. I've been making my own. I've been doing this for a while, but I figured I'd share because I never talk about what I eat. But I make a lot of like vegetable soups, all fresh vegetables and things. I work with a whole bunch of people all up the East Coast here, a whole bunch of farmers and things like that. And it is it is so good. It is so good. Actually chopping up, like, fresh vegetables and, making soup with it. I eat that almost every day, pretty much all week. I just add different things in there, but there are certain vegetables that I don't eat. Now I know why zombies want brains. No, it's propaganda. She is the best secret in the industry. She has almost full control of her contract with Republic. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, a lot of people in the industry. I've dealt with a lot of people, a lot of famous people actually, in the industry. But in general, the first time I went to a radio station, I was 11 years old, and I've been trying to go to the radio station, talking to different people. I met the owner of the founder of satellite radio and stuff like that. Um, I've done a whole bunch of stuff. She's the one that sounds like the one hipster looking lady who OD'd. That's a lot of people, one. Um, body snatchers. Yeah, that's kinda what's going on. Yeah, yeah, I don't really eat any kind of, meat anymore. I I f I don't know. I've started to have to, like, grow my own food and things. I've been doing that now for a few years, and I have to because everything is so disgusting. And it just drives me crazy. It's like, oh, signed at 14? Huh. Okay, I see. Yeah, yeah, I probably will. Hey, Cryptic, what up, what up, what up? Hmm. That's interesting. All right. Well, everybody. Oh, cryptic. I see. What's up, fam? I'm driving, but I'm here. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I want to try and get on at the same time throughout the week that I normally do. I got on almost 2 hours ago. I was only supposed to make like an hour long stream because I really didn't have any content I wanted to come with. I just had to address the big issue. I wanted to thank David Yates as well, but there was like an issue with Cheryl actually getting really upset with me. She said I was bad mouthing a lot of people, like Archaics and all these people, and Santos. I'm like, dude, Santos Bonacci literally has been threatening people and wishing death upon them. Santos is like, yes, and when I wish death on people, I want you to know it really happens. So you are going to die. You understand? You are going to die, and you deserve to. And I hope your kids die. I'm like, dude, wow. Wow, you're supposed to be in this truth community? No, no, you're not, bro. No, you're out of here. I mean, I've been seeing the craziest things with the most evil type of attitudes coming out of some of these so-called truthers. And for no reason. Just going live and arguing with the people who subscribe to him and pay $50 a month or how much a year? 500 or something to subscribe to his school that's all online. Okay. That'll happen. Anyway, though, guys, I want to do a live show. If any of you are interested in doing a call-in show and you just want to talk to me about some topics or ask me any questions or just like hang out and stuff like that, I want to do that like maybe once or twice a week and stuff if I can. But I'm going to try and get back on here tomorrow if possible. I'm going to do a Friday stream. I don't know if you guys are like busy on the weekends. I feel weird when I'm on here on the weekends. Even if I have something to present, I feel like I'm interfering in people's lives sometimes, or people have better things to do than to hang out with me on the weekends. I feel like that. So maybe that's not true. Who knows? Maybe it's true. Awakening says you really need to listen to "Nourishing Traditions" by Sally Fallon. It's linked in my playlist. Okay, "Nourishing Traditions." Okay, okay, Sally Fallon. Okay. All right, Jax. Thank you. Thank you. Gotta go, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you, Scribbles. I appreciate you all joining. I really appreciate it. Chillster, Senses. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining, Jacqueline. I hope I do. I feel like I'm kind of worked up and I work people out, but everybody kind of calms me down whenever I'm chatting with a whole bunch of like truthers and people who are awake and things. It calms me down. I would love to hear people yelling and screaming all day at the government and their lives. That calms me down. That lets me know that there's something there. One, two, beloved. Thank you for joining, by the way. And guys, feel free to email me. Okay, we can chat if you want to email me and chat with me. Feel free to email me. I'm a space station at Proton Mail. You can use that one if you want protonmail.com. Just feel free to email me. If you guys want me to talk about anything, leave it in the comments. I read every comment. I reply back to people's comments sometimes weeks later because it doesn't pop up or something. So leave me a comment if you guys want me to talk about anything. I am going to do the Jerusalem playlist and stuff. I'm probably I might do that. I might actually do that this weekend, and maybe tomorrow if somebody wants to come on, a couple people want to talk to me. Um, just come in and let me know. And we can do a live stream Friday chat. One says, I'll go play my shaman drum before yell. I'm down. I'm down for that. It actually calms me down 100%. What upsets me is when people are just like, I got to go hurry up and get my shot. Oh my God, it looks like there's RSV going around. We cannot get out of this. We just can't get out of this. Did you guys see the Washington Post? Oh God, these Democrats, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? You guys need to get out there and vote. Go vote. How many times do I have to tell you to vote? That stuff makes me crazy. You know what I mean? More Coffee says, thank you. As a new sub, I enjoy your songs and content. Thank you. Thank you. This isn't like I normally have my everything ready for me to present to you guys on here, but I had to come on here and I had to thank David Yates because I wasn't expecting him. I pulled over. I had like tears in my eyes that he actually like really liked my song. because he's a true hero of mine and a role model for me to look up to. You know, he really is. He inspires me like nobody's business. So yeah, if you guys want to chat, just let me know, and I'll bring you guys in. I think you can just join my stream here, and we can chat. So whatever topic you want to talk about, we can look it up. Exactly right. They are selected, not elected. Yeah, everybody. So make sure you all do check out David Yates. He pretty much records all of the stratospheric aerosols and things, and you know, um, I think he's going to be putting up his books again and republishing them, and that's some really good information on his books. I actually contributed to one of his books, and it was about the star people. But he's an awesome person. He really is. So definitely check him out if you haven't. And he goes on rants and things, but he shows you what they're doing around in his area and how they're shooting up all these animals and stuff. And he shows a lot of the animals. I love the animals. They are they're wonderful, wonderful animals. So as a person who grew up on a farm, I mean, I can appreciate all of that. So. All right, everyone. Thank you all for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. I don't deserve it. Nobody does. Your time is the most valuable resource, and so thank you for that. I'll be making a couple people mods if you want to be mods. Just let me know. I'll be making some people some mods tomorrow. I'll do another live. So thank you all for coming in here and stuff. One says, "I've been taking sky pics for years, but need to see if the cloud kept them." Yeah, yeah. If you want, you could send me some. If you guys got some content on your channels and you want me to show anything, just leave some comments and I'll check you out and stuff. But if you got anything to send me, just email me, and anything you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Even if it's a banned topic, I can figure a way to talk about it on here. Because we are going to do that 100%. And Cryptic, yeah, me and you, we gotta do, so tomorrow, Cryptic, if you're on, and you wanna come in and have a chat, I'd love to talk with you. All right, Watts. Watts says, "Much love, Amish, and much love to the chat, everyone. Have a great evening." You as well, Watts, thank you. And, Awakening says, "God bless this mess. Head on a swivel, yo." Thank you all for joining. You all have a very, very great rest of your evening and week. But I'll see if I can get back on here tomorrow, and let's chat. And you can hang out with me if you're free. Hello from Iraq. Hello to you, early bird. All right, everybody. I'll see you. All right, Cryptic. It sounds good, man. Thank you all. I'll see you.